I welcome you all to the Creator Tech Connect series. For people who have joined us for the first time, let me give you a small introduction into the Creator Tech Connect series. The Creator Tech Connect series is a month-on-month free webinar that we conduct where we concentrate mainly on the technical nuances that are there in the Creator platform. Now, with the technical nuances that we showcase, we will be giving you live demonstrations of those topics as well. So, hi, I'm Sai Kumar Muralidharan. I'll be the trainer for today. I'm part of the Zoho Creators training team. Now, before we get started, there are a few housekeeping rules to be followed throughout the session. All attendees will be on mute at all times, but you can ask your questions whenever the question pops out in your mind in the questions tab so that it is easier for us to answer your questions. We won't be missing out any questions if you are asking the questions in the questions tab. A recording of this session will be sent to all the registrants so that you can revisit the session and topics that we have covered. And please participate in the polls and surveys that are being conducted so that it would be easier for us to understand your requirements, and we would be catering the sessions as well according to your requirements as well. Let's get into today's topic, which is product release updates part 2. Before we get into the topic, I would like to give you a small introduction into the course that we have started, wherein my co-trainers would be sharing the link for this course, which is the Zoho Creators Tech Connect series. Now, with this link, you'll be able to go ahead, sign up, and you can view the previous recordings of the sessions that we have taken this whole year. You can go ahead, and as you can see, you can scroll down and you can see the January, February, March sessions where you can revisit all these sessions again so that it would be easier for you to have this as a library wherein you can revisit these sessions whenever it is required when you are building your applications as well. I hope this would be helpful for you all. My co-trainers would have shared the link. Go ahead, please click on the link, save the link, and you can also share it to your peers as well so that they would also get benefited from the course that we have started. Let's get into today's topic, which is product release updates part 2. Now, when we talk about the release updates, this is the part 2 of the two-part series that we have for the release updates. Now, before 2 weeks, we had done a product release updates part 1, where we had covered few essential updates and enhancements in the Creator platform. Now, let's see what we have seen last week. We had seen about batch workflows and how batch workflows work. We had also discussed about custom APIs and how custom APIs can make your life easier when you're connecting with third-party applications. And we had also discussed about device type deluge variables. And we also had schedule settings in environments. And we also discussed about contextual authorizations in the live mode. All these were discussed with live examples and demonstrations. So please do sign up to the course. We'll be updating the recordings in the course, as well as we'll be sending you the recordings. So whichever is okay, you can go ahead and revisit them. Now let's get into the session for today, and let's see the agenda that is in store for us today. Now we have a host of new updates and enhancements that we'll be covering. First up, we have the Zia Assistants, which is powered by OpenAI. And then we'll talk about the importing of Figma designs as widgets in Zoho Creator. We'll also be talking about during transition in blueprints, and we'll talk about Gantt charts, and we'll showcase how the Gantt chart extension for Zoho Creator works and how you can install them as well. And then we'll talk about the new grant type in custom creators that is available, and we'll have few live demonstrations of the enhancements and updates that have come up, and we'll also discuss the key pointers that you need to note while you are working with the updates or the enhancements that have come up. Now let's start with the Zia assistants powered by OpenAI. Now when you are starting the journey of building an application, every single time you get into the solutions, and from there you can build an application, right? You have applications that you can build from scratch. You can use the applications from gallery as well, where you have pre-built applications. Now if you want an application to be built by using the Zia assistants, now that is also possible, where you can build functional creator applications which would have different modules. And with Zia assistants, you'll be able to build your applications through the conversations that you will be having with Zia assistants. It's very interesting, right? Now let's see how you will be able to do that. Now first, you can build applications wherein you can click on the create using Zia option. That would be available when you start working with the solutions, where if you want to build an application, ideally you will have three options: create from scratch, create from gallery, and import from file. Now with that, we also have create using Zia, where you can click on create, and from there you can give out a conversational explanation on what you would like to have as an application. And from there you can generate different you can explain your use case and generate different modules for your application. Once you generate the application layout, it would ask you to if you want to add any custom modules, or if you want to generate AI generated modules as well. Now with all that, you also have an option to include sample data. Now this is a big feature that would be very useful for everyone, right? Now when you develop an application, uh, you and us entering the sample data is something which is a big hazard for us. Now with including of sample data, that is covered, wherein you can go ahead and check a box, and the sample data would be loaded in the application that is being generated. Now you have custom options as well as the include sample data options that would be available. Once you click on generate layout, you'll have the layout generated, wherein you can click on design, and you'll be able to view the uh, connections between the forms as well as the data that is being uploaded. Then once you access the application, you will have a full blown application developed. Now this application will have all the modules that you had requested, and you also can have modules added, and you can customize it further as well by just clicking on edit the application, and it would be the same flow wherein you can customize the application. Now you also can create forms through conversations as well. It is not only the application, you also can create forms through different conversations that you want to have using Zia. Ideally you will create a form by creating it from scratch, or by importing with data, right? Now you have a third option. You can use Zia, where you can have a conversation with Zia on what kind of form that you would like to create. And after giving suggestions, it would pop out the fields that it would associate with, right? Now you have, for example, if it is a feedback form, you have the feedback text, ratings, what is the date of the feedback, and all the fields. If you do not want a field, you can uncheck a field, and you can create a form over here. Now, not only can you create a form through conversations, or using the Zia assistants, you also can have field suggestions as well. Now, with field suggestions, if you are building a form, you might miss out on a few fields that that would be required when you are building a module, right? Now, with Zia assistants, you have a new suggestions that would generate fields, wherein it would pop out different fields. You can click on it, and that field would get populated inside the form. So we had discussed three options that are available when you are working with Zia assistants, right? Now let's get into a live demonstration, and let me explain how the Zia assistants works. I'll get into Zoho Creator. Now towards our left, we have develop, deploy, and manage, right? Now when I get into operations under manage section, I have Zia under applications, right? You can click on Zia. Now this would give you the OpenAI key. Now if you already have an OpenAI account and you have an access or OpenAI API key, you can just copy and paste it over here, and this would integrate the Zia assistance with OpenAI. Now you have three options which can be enabled. Now this can be done by the super admin, where the super admin can check the box over here if Zia can be used to create forms, or Zia can be used to give next field suggestions. The admin or the super admin can give access to creating the application from scratch as well. Now, once you have this box checked, you can get into solutions under develop. In the top right corner, you have the option to create solutions. I'll click on create solutions, and I'll click on applications to build the application. Now here I have a create from scratch, gallery, and import from file. Now if you want to use the Zia assistance, you can just click on create in the bottom right corner. Now once you click on create, now this would ask you to give out a detailed description of your use case. Now you can give out a description like develop and order management application with where customers can place orders and organization can maintain inventory. I'll click on generate use case. Now once this generates a use case, it would give you different modules that can be associated with the use case explanation that I had given, where I have the order placement module, I have the inventory maintenance, and the order tracking as well. Now if I want to add another custom module, I can click on add custom, and this would ask us to give more explanation, right? For example, here I would like to add a feedback form, right? I'll add feedback form for customers. I'll click on add. Now this would add another module inside, which is the feedback form for customers. If I want to generate a module by using Zia assistance, I can click on generate, and this would generate a module according to the use case that I have explained, which is, let's say here it has generated the payment processing, where this module will help us to generate the payments, right? Now here I also have another option in the bottom to include sample data. I can check this box if the sample data needs to be added to the modules that are being created. Now I'll check this box and click on generate the application. Now once this application is generated, you can check the design and the sample data that is being generated, and with that you can have the application going live immediately. Let's just give it a second while this gets loaded, and once this gets loaded, you will be able to view the sample data. Now you can edit the sample data as well, and if you do not want any sample data that that is being created, you can go ahead and edit them as well. Now in design tab, you can see the layout or the design of the application. Where are the lookup fields, from which form to which form are the connections being made. All that is being viewed in design. Now you can click on create in the top right corner, and the application would get created. Now after this application is created, again you can go ahead and view the application live, and if you want to edit the application, you can go ahead and edit the application further as well, according to your requirements. If you want certain form fields to be edited, you can go ahead and edit those form fields according to the requirement that you have. Now this is something which would help you to develop the application further as well. Here you have all the data that is being uploaded, and you also have all the modules that are being created towards your left. Now if you want to edit the application further, you can click on edit the application, and this would enable you to go ahead and edit the application further as well. Now if I want to create a new form, I'll click on the plus option over here, and I can use the form over here. Now with the form, I have three options: create from scratch, import with data, and using Zia. Right now I can also click on Zia, and here I can give out a description for the form creation as well. Now I can enter design a form for our supplier feedback. Now this would generate few fields that you can check over here with the box. If I do not want the customer ID to be associated with the supplier form, I can just uncheck this box over here, and I can click on create form. This would create the form directly, and with the form you also have different fields that you can edit as well. Towards my bottom left corner, I have show field suggestions. I can click on it, and I'll have a list of fields that can be associated with the form that I am creating. Over here, I have the service quality rating. Now, depending upon the form that I am creating, these fields that are being generated will vary as well. Now, if I click on the service quality rating, the service quality rating field would get populated, and the type of field would be according to the fields that are being generated. Right now, if I select given by, that would be a field type. The field type would be different from the service quality rating. All that will be taken care by the Zia assistants. Now with this, let me get into the presentation, and let us discuss some of the key pointers. Now this is available only for the paid plans of Zoho Creator, and you can create, authorize, enable, and manage the Zia features. It can be done by the super admin, and you also can generate add up to 5 use cases. And currently we support giving prompts in English, and the sample data for each use case that we are adding is not real world data, but it is fictitious data that we are adding into the application. Next, let's get into another interesting option that is available, which is importing Figma designs as widgets in Zoho Creator. Now, if you want to build, let's say, a page according to your requirements, you can use the panels and options that are available inside the page component. You also can use CSS, HTML, and JS, wherein by using the widgets, you can create your own customized page as well. Now, if you have Figma, and if you are well versed in Figma designs, and if you are able to create Figma designs, you can also import those designs as widgets in Zoho Creator. Now let's see how this is done, and this is possible. You can download the Figma UI kit, which is available, and you can import it into Figma, and then you can design the frame that is required, and from there you can copy the frame URL. Now once the frame URL is copied, you can have the access token generated and paste the access token inside Zoho Creator, and you will have the connection between Zoho Creator and the Figma design that you have generated, and you'll be able to use the Figma design inside Zoho Creator. Now There are few prerequisites for this process to be followed. First, obviously, you need to have a Figma account, and then you need to have the access to the Figma design that needs to be created as a widget, and you need to generate the access token in the Figma account. Now, once you have all this ready, you can go ahead and just get into page, click on create widget under the custom widget tab, and then you will have two options. One is to upload file or import from Figma. You can click on import from Figma, and that would ask you three requirements. One, you can give out a name, Figma frame link, and then the Figma access token. Now, after giving all the three and reading the developer terms and condition, you can check the box and you can click on create. Now, let's get into a live demonstration, and let me explain to you all how the Figma building of the Figma process and downloading the UI toolkit, and how you can get the design into Zoho Creator. The demonstration over here into my Zoho Creator account. So here I'll get into the order management application that I have created. Now, my co-trainers would be sharing a documentation over here, which will have the widget kit that is available. This documentation will give out a step-by-step process of how you can design your widget, where you can download the widget kit, and what are the where you have to edit the field link names to connect each of the modules that you are building in Figma and the application that you have in Zoho Creator. Now, over here in this documentation, you have the option to download the widget kit here. Now, once you click on this option, you will have this window popping up. You just need to click on download, and the and the widget UI kit would get downloaded. Now, with the Zoho Creators widget UI kit, you can go get into the Figma here, and inside the Figma page towards my top right corner, I have create new. I'll click on create new, and I'll click on import, and I'll import from computer. And with the recents, I will have let me get into downloads, and here I have the Zoho Creator widget kit. Now, once I download the Zoho Creator widget kit, I will have the UI interface available for me. I'll just click on the widget kit over here, and here I'll click on learn how a widget can be designed in Figma. Now, this would give you a step-by-step process. You can go ahead, read through the step-by-step process, but the most important thing over here is the widget design that is available over here. Right now, we'll be working inside the widget design. Towards our left, in the top left corner, you have layers and assets. Now, with the assets, you will have all the different local components that are attached to the UI kit. I have buttons, different choices, the form container, and other layouts where I can give out different layouts for each of the text boxes that I am providing. I also have ratings like number ratings, star ratings. I have sliders as well, where I can use the slider to give out information or get information from the user. I also have sample tabs and segmented tabs as well available. First up, you need to have the form container. I'll just drag and drop the form container over here. Now, this is the form container inside which you will be building the widget or the Figma design. I'll right click on this, and you need to detach the instance. I'll detach the instance. Now, after you detach the instance, you can go ahead and edit the text over here. Now, I can edit the text. I'll have it as feedback form for customers, and I'll delete this box over here. Now, I'll try to add the star rating available, right? I'll drag and drop the star rating. Now, we have the star rating added over here, right? Now, I'll also add the name so that a person can give out their name, and from there, they can enter the ratings. And you also need to submit the ratings, right, or submit the form. For that, I'll drag and drop the form submission. Now you can see I have been working inside the Zoho Creators form container, right? Now any building of the design should be done inside the form container. Now let's get into the layers. Now inside the layers, I have the form container is equal to form link name. Form link name is equal to new form. Now here I have to enter the name of the form I want the feedback form to be connected with. Now I'll get into Zoho Creator here. Now I have the feedback form over here. I want this feedback form to be associated with the uh, star rating form that I'm going to attach in the page. Now here I have the customer name and ratings, right? I'll edit this application and I'll open the form builder. I'll click on rename and I'll get the form link name. Now I'll copy paste the form link name over here. I click on enter. Now we have the form link name added, right? Next, we need to get out into the label. Now with the label, I have input as layout and then the frame as star rating. Now with the star rating, I have to edit the link name over here. Now the star rating would be the rating field that is available in the feedback form, right? Now what this does is this would convert the star rating into digits, wherein if a single star is being given, the rating would be 1, but the 5-star rating is given, the rating would be 5. Now I'll copy the field link name and I'll paste it over here in the star rating. Click on enter. And I also have to enter the same form link name into the submit button as well. Now here I have the submit button in the bottom left corner. I'll double click on it. Instead of the new form, I'll paste the feedback option over, feedback name of the feedback form over here, which is the form link name. Now once this is done, you have the label as well. Now here, instead of inside the label and the framework, I can go ahead and edit the single line field available over here, so that any value that is being entered will be connected to the customer name, right? I'll copy paste the field link name and I'll paste it over here inside the input question mark link name. Now once this is done, I'll get into the form container. I'll right click on it. I'll copy the link to selection. Now once this is done, once the link is copied, I can click on done. Now I will get into the page. I'll create a new page, click on blank. Here, Figma feedback. And I'll click on create page. And here under widgets, under custom, I'll click on the plus option over here. Now, when I click on the plus option, I have upload file and import from Figma. I'll click on import from Figma. I'll give out a name over here as demo Figma feedback page, and I'll paste the link that I have copied. Next, I have the Figma access token that I need to get, right? Now, for us to get the Figma access token, click on the icon in the top left corner and click on back to files. Now here I'll click on my account name and here I have settings. I'll get into settings, and inside the settings, I can generate a personal access token. I'll click on generate token. I'll name the token as Figma design. I'll have the expiry date as 1 day and I'll click on generate token. Now this would generate a token which I would copy and I will paste it over here. Now after reading the developer terms and condition, I'll check this box and click on create. Now once this is done, the Figma a feedback form would be created over here. I'll click on done, and you can view the Figma feedback form that is available over here. Now here I will give out a value wherein I'll give out my name as Sai, and I'll give out a rating. Now let's say I give out a rating of 4 stars. I'll click on submit. Right now, this data would get added successfully inside the feedback report. Now here I have a feedback that I have given to Sai, and the rating is 4 over here. Now you can use this Figma widget option to design your own customized widgets for your page and use the UI kit to do it. Now let me get back to the presentation, and let's discuss few key pointers. Now the supported components for the UI kit can only be used to interact with the widgets. Now Zoho Creator does not retain the Figma files, the access tokens that you are giving. So if you want to edit the designs that you have already uploaded in Creator, you will have to follow the same process again. The images that you have used in Figma design, it should not exceed more than 5 MB. Now let's get into the next update, which is actions during transition in blueprints. Now before the update had come up, you had two options. One is when you have a business process automation to be done, you went into blueprints and you could do tasks before a blueprint task is done or after a blueprint task is completed. Right now with the update, you can do actions during a transition is happening in blueprints. Now let's see what are the two components that we are talking about. The first one is the stage is nothing but the different milestones that needs to be achieved in any business process. And then you have transitions. The transitions are actions, or you can also say criterias that needs to be achieved for a staged for a business process to be moved from a stage A to stage B. Now with these conditions, you can have this intermediate transition that can happen from stage A to stage B. Now in this transition, you had one option which is before transition. Now this consists of conditions which can be if they are achieved, you can have different actions being triggered before a transition happens. Then you have after transition. Now after a transition happens and it moves to the next stage, at that point of time you can have an action triggered as well. And with this, you also have the third option that has come up, which is the new update, which is called as during transition. Now with a during transition, it consists of actions that can be performed when a transition is happening. So when a blueprint process is being moved from stage A to stage B, at that point of time, if you want an action to happen, that is when you can use the during transition to take your actions. Now in during transitions, you can have an option to update fields. Now when you are creating a blueprint, you will be associating the blueprint to a form. Right now you can update a field inside the form, wherein you can view the field, update the field of the form which is associated with that blueprint. You also can open a form where you can open a totally different form and add records inside that form when the transition occurs as well. Now these are the two options that are available. Now let's get into a live demonstration so that I can explain to you about the blueprint during transition update that has come up. Now I'll get into the workflows over here in the same application, and I'll get into blueprints. Now I have built a basic order management blueprint which is associated with the order form. Right now with the order form, I have a confirmation of order that comes up. Now once the order is confirmed, um, I have the date that I give to the customer. Right now once the date is given, I have the shipping order that is done, where the order is shipped to the order is being shipped to the customers. Now, while the shipping is done, the estimated delivery date can change as well, right? Now, if the estimated delivery date is changed, I want, while that transition is happening, the date to be changed. Now, once the date is changed, when the delivery is in progress, when that transition is happening, I want the details of, let's say, the shipping process to be updated in the form. Now let's see how you can do that. Now when I confirm the order, I don't want any action to happen. Now in during transition, I have three options: none, update fields, or open new form. Now for this, I don't want any action to happen since I'm just confirming the order. Now when the shipping is being done, right, in during transition, I can go ahead and update fields. Now, if there is any change in the expected delivery date, I can go ahead and add a field as expected date of delivery. Now, what this will do is this will pop out the expected date of delivery to check if it is the same, or I can also edit the field as well. Now, in the third transition, which is delivery in progress, I can click on during, and here I can open a new form. Now, I can use the delivery form to update the dates, right? Now, I can click on the delivery date, and in the field, I can have the delivery date to be entered as the expected date of delivery. Now, what this will do is the editing that I had done in the shipping order will be updated, and the delivery in progress will have the delivery form being shown to us when the transition happens, and I can edit the form further as well. Now I'll click on Save Blueprint. I'll click on Done, and I'll access this application. Now I'll get into the order form, and I'll place an order over here. I'll place an order for headphones, and I'll give out a quantity as 4, and I'll have the order date as today, and I'll have the expected delivery date as 29th, and I'll have the status as processing, and I'll click on submit. Now once this is submitted, you can get into the order report, and here when I click on the record, I have the blueprint stage that is available over here. I can confirm the order. Now in the first step, we had selected the option to do nothing, right? So during transition, nothing happened. Now when I click on shipping order, now at this point of time, we have a pop-up that comes up which shows expected date of delivery. Now I can have the expected date of delivery as the same, or I can go ahead and edit it as well. Now let's say there is a delay. Now I'll have the expected date of delivery as 30th July, and I can click on update. Now this would update the expected date of delivery. Over here, I have the expected date of delivery updated, right? Now when I click on it again, you have the delivery in progress stage. Now when I click on this stage, and during that transition, I have the delivery date updated over here. I can enter the delivery address, I can enter the delivery status in transit, and I can enter the delivery person as well. Now because of the new update, we were able to edit a field inside inside the form, and also we were able to open a new form as well and associated with the blueprint process. Now this can be done by using the during transition. Now the key pointers that you need to note is when you are switching between the update field and the open form option, any previously made configurations that you have done will not be retained. You can create a maximum of 100 stages per blueprint, and a maximum of transitions per blueprint is 100. Now, let's talk about another very requested and most sought after feature, which is the Zoho Creator's Gantt chart extension. Now, with the Zoho Creator's Gantt chart extension, you will be able to create powerful project management tools which illustrate your project's schedule as well. Now, when we talk about project schedules, we have the horizontal bars of each of the tasks that you want to complete with the dates that are coming up. Now, this would give us a bird's eye view of each of the projects and the tasks that are being completed, and you can also color code them as well. Now, with the important features, you can track the project's progress by managing each and every task and dependencies that are associated with the project and the project timeline. You also can detect the incorrect data by reviewing the logs as well. And the first step to install the Gantt chart would be to embed the widget uh, new or in an existing page. And the step two would be to add the page variable, which is the parameter and the data type as data and text. The third step would be to add the respective page script to that page. Now, once the page script and the data types are added, you all have three options. One, you can connect it with a basic form. You can connect it with form with a lookup field. You also can connect with a form with lookup field and subform as well. Now, there are a lot of customizing options associated with this extension. You can have a set the theme of the chart. You can set a bar colors. You can set color based on field values as well. Now, let me get into the demonstration. You need to get into the Zoho's marketplace, and inside Zoho's marketplace, we have the Gantt chart extension from Zoho Creator for Zoho Creator. Here, towards my top right corner, you just need to click on install, and you have to read the terms and conditions and then click on the install option. Now, once you click on the install option, the option would be available in the page that you are building. Now, let me get into the project management application that I have created over here. Now, with the project management app, I have the task assignment where tasks can be assigned to each of the projects. Here I have different projects that can be created. For each of these projects, I can create different tasks that are being assigned inside that project. I also can maintain the resource allocation. Now, with this, I can have the Gantt chart being created. Now, ideally, the Gantt chart would look like the let me just show the Gantt chart and how it looks like. Just give me a second. Now, ideally, this is how a Gantt chart would look like. Depending upon the forms that you are building, you can view the Gantt chart over here with the day, week, and month splits that are available. Now, with the Gantt chart in the marketplace, you have a document that is associated with the Gantt chart, which is the Gantt chart extension. My co-trainers would be sharing this documentation inside which you have the step-by-step process that needs to be followed. Now, with the step-by-step process, you can set up the extension by adding the parameters. Now, if you are using a basic form, you can have the prerequisites and the page parameters ready for that basic form. You also can have a form with a lookup field where you have prerequisites that needs to be there for each of the form, like fields of task name, start date, end date, and the project name. And you also have the script and the page parameters that you will be adding. Now, I'll get into the Zoho Creator account and I'll edit this application. Now, here, if you have installed the Gantt chart, I just need to go ahead and create a page over here. I click on blank page and I'll enter Gantt chart. Click on create page. Now, once this page is created, under widgets, under installed tab, I have the Gantt chart available, right? I can go ahead, drag and drop the Gantt chart, and this Gantt chart needs to have few parameters and page script being entered. Now, you can enter the page variables and script in the top right corner. You can add variables over here, and with this, you can add the data and the data type as text and click on add over here. Now, by adding the extensions of parent report, report name, relations, you'll be able to connect with the application. Now I'll just add the parent report. The parent report is the report name of the projects where you are entering the projects, right? Then you have the report name. The report name is the report name of the tasks that you want to enter. Now the relation link name is the lookup field that is being connected to the project form and the task form that you are creating. The task name is the name field link name of the task field that you are creating inside the task form. Then you have the start date and the end date. The start date is the date of the task that you are starting, and the end date is the uh, end date of the task that you are creating inside the form or entering inside the form. Now once this is done, you just need to copy the script that is available over here in the documentation. Now you also can edit this script further as well. You click on script over here, and you just need to paste the script. Now you have to edit according to the uh, according to the application that you have built. Now once you edit according to the application that you have built and enter the data of the parent report, report name, relation link name, and the task date and end date, the Gantt chart would look like this, where it would have the dates being entered, and you will have option to view each of the task available over here. Now depending upon the different fields, like with form with a lookup or form with lookup and subform, the Gantt chart would vary as well. Now with this, let me get into some of the key pointers. For the Gantt chart to be displayed effectively, you should sort the report by start date in the ascending order. Now these extensions are available in the paid plans, and these extensions can be installed by the super admins only. Now let's get into the next new enhancement, which is the new Gantt type in the custom connectors. Now with the new Gantt type with the custom connectors, you will be able to securely connect the application with Zoho Creator and any third-party application. Now with these custom connectors that you are creating and integrating with, you have an option to manage custom connectors. Now if you do not have the application inside the connections, which has more than 600 plus applications, you can use the manage custom connectors option. Now here you can click on create custom connectors, and then you will be asked to fill the connector name, link name, and you can also have the logo being attached to it. Now once that is done, you have the authentication process that can be selected, which has the basic API key authentication, the OAuth 1 authentication, and the OAuth 2 authentication. You can click on OAuth 2 authentication, and here you have the authentication code with PKCE. Now with the authentication code with PKCE, you will be able to securely transfer data from your creator application and connect it with any third-party application. Now this prevents any authorization code injection attacks that might happen. Now this is something which is slowly becoming a norm in the software industry. So this is why we have come up with this update, that slowly the OAuth process would have the authorization code with PKCE as a requirement as well. Now let me get into a live demonstration over here. I'll get into the same application. Now here I have microservices, right? Under microservices, I have connections. Under connections, I have manage custom connectors. I can click on manage custom connectors, and here I can click on create new. Now I can create a new custom connector, and I can click on the custom connector over here, and this would have the connector name, link name, and description. I can save and continue, and I have four options over here. I can click on OAuth 2 authentication and click on save and continue. Now, this would ask me the client ID, client secret, authorization URL, refresh token, and the token URL. Now, if you want to connect with any third-party application, you'll be able to generate the client ID after selecting the authorization code with PKCE. Now, after selecting the authorization code with PKCE, the client ID can be got from the third-party application with the authorization URL and the token URL. Now, with all this, you can save and also enter the OAuth scope as well. Now, once all this is entered, you can connect any third party application. For example, here I had connected the Airtable with by using the custom connectors. Now, once you are connected with the third party application, you can go into, let's say I have used the scope of reading the records. I can edit this application. Here I've written a function to get the records from the third party application. Now I just need to go ahead and once I create a connection, I can enter the connection over here, click on save and execute. Now this would fetch all the data and show it to us, where we can beautify it and use it according to our requirements. Now you can also increase your scope according to the third party services that are providing that you want to connect with, and you can create your connection by using the secure process of authentication with PKCE. Now, the PKCE is not a replacement for the client authorization, so it does not allow treating a public client as a confidential client. The authorization parameters for all the grant types can be transmitted and entered inside the header, and the client secret parameters will not be necessary for connectors which are being authorized by the authorization code with PKCE option as the grant type. Now, with this, we have come to the end of our session for today. I would I would like to give out an introduction into the recent webinars that are coming up, which are free webinars, wherein we have the Learning Table series and the Creator Tech Connect series. Now, with the Learning Table series, in the coming August 1st, we have the Creator for Food industry, right? Now, this a learning table series is a month-on-month free webinar that we conduct, where we concentrate mainly on the technical nuances that are there in the creator. Sorry, the learning table series is a month-on-month free webinar that we conduct, where we concentrate mainly on the industry use cases. Now, with the industry use cases, we take an industry, we build an application from scratch, and we showcase that application in detail with all the new features that are being there in the creator platform. And please do register for the learning table series and get to know more about the features as well as the industry build application as well. Now, with the Creator Tech Connect series, we will cover the SAML and Active Directories in the coming session, which will happen on August 8th at 11 a.m. IST. Now, with these two sessions, we also have a click channel that we have started. For people who have already joined, you can ignore this message. For people who do not know much about a click channel that we have started, we will start a poll now, where we will have where you can give out your email address, and we will give you regular updates on the free webinars that we are conducting, so that you can get a heads up on the free webinars that we conduct, and you can come and join and participate in the webinars as well. So we also have online trainings that are coming up next month, where in the online trainings we have been giving a flat 40% discount on people who are joining our online trainings for the month of August. So please do scan the QR code and try to register. Or we also have our co-trainers sharing the link as well. You can go ahead and click and register for our online trainings. View about our online trainings. We have business user trainings as well as associate developer trainings. We are giving it 40% off on the month of August. Please do come and register for that event. That is a paid event. Please do go ahead and check it out and see if that would be useful for you, and join the session as well. Thank you.